Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Michael S. Ward here. Thank you for dropping in. Let's talk about Big Brother 27, number 37. This was the final four: Ava, Ashley, Vince, and Morgan as of the last episode. So, this is day 80. Well, Julie is on the live show here on this episode, the Thursday episode, and it is day 80. She interviews Keanu. He was not able to be interviewed when he lost yesterday, the day before. So he came on at the start of the show with Julie looking fantastic. She had some type of alligator leather outfit on. It was really, really classy. So she discussed why he trusted Vince so much, and he couldn't really explain it. I don't think anybody can explain why they mess around with Vince. I think it's just part of the game, and so, but they end up having to deal with him, and unfortunately for Keanu, he trusted him too much. So they had the HOH competition after after Julie talked to Keanu. They had the HOH competition. 3 women is the rolling square box that you have to move with your whole physical body. There's not too much to say about this except for the fact that I know I couldn't do something like that, but neither could Ava or Ashley. They received no points. Morgan ran away with it like somebody holding a torch for the Olympics. I mean, it was really physical, but she was in her prime on this. If you look at her, she looks like she's been working out or something. So her mindset is really strong about winning. So, since Vince was the head of household, she won the head of household now. And so, in between her winning the head of household, they're leading towards the eviction and the eviction competition. So, veto. They're heading towards the veto competition. And then Rachel, I'm sorry, I said Rachel. You know, Rachel's that power. You just think of her all the time. Let's see. In between, they had conversations. Vince tells Ava that he was considering dropping Morgan because she has too much influence over the jury. And she does. And Vince has a lot of people that just don't care for him. I won't say they don't like him, they just don't care for him. And he's pulled a lot of weasel things and said a lot of things to people and then basically backstabbed them. Well, moving on for those conversations with Vince, talking about getting rid of Morgan, they had a competition for the veto. For which one was it? Oh, veto. And it was really a good scenario with pictures of the mastermind's appearance, and you're supposed to line up these pictures by the dates that they happen. Well, at the beginning, Vince was narrating his part, and he was saying he remembered all of this stuff. He understood. He just had to get them in order and stuff. Well, he messed around with that thing and messed around with it, and because this is the last four for the veto, I think I'm saying it right. They realized for the veto, Vince and Morgan have to win. So since they're all playing, I may have gotten something a little confused here. The cage may have been the veto. No, it wasn't. Oh, okay. It's just so much was going on. I'll just go ahead and go by what I wrote here. So they do the Mastermind Pictures game, and Vince says he memorized the pictures, and Morgan wins that competition. She organized the pictures correctly. And on this, this was for the HOH, and Morgan considers taking Vinny out, but she has the nominations. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go through my own memory on this. She is the head of household. She does go through a competition for the mastermind to win the veto competition, and in that veto competition, she wins, and I figured that she would win with the puzzle. And now she has to decide. That's what's making this hard, because the game kind of changes right at when you got just 4 people. So she wins, and then they have to decide which one they want to evict, Ava or Ashley. So Ava and Ashley go up, and when Ava goes up, she mysteriously says that when this game is over, she does not want Vince to even try to look her up. I didn't even see that coming. But I think this has to do with the portion that they showed at the end of the show. I'll tell you about that in a moment. So she says she doesn't want Vince looking her up for anything. They're just not going to be friends. And she's up on the block. I thought, well, she almost basically threw it to Ashley. And so Vince has to get up and pick the person that he's going to evict. And it was Ava. Well, I have to say I was somewhat surprised, but I think it was a hard choice. To me, it was a hard choice because Ashley was working with both sides, and so was Ava. Well, I think Ava was not working with both sides. She was mainly in the corner of Ashley. And so, but Ashley was working both sides. Ashley had a good alliance with Ava, but Ava was on the block with her. So he evicted Ava after her little speech. Ava is so funny. They found a cup that had been sitting in the house for like over 30 days. That was Ava's cup that hadn't been touched. She had lemons in it and everything, and it had mold on it. And Ashley, prissy Ashley finds the cup and opens it up, and somehow she got scared of what she saw in it, which was a bunch of mold, and it spilled on her outfit. And Ashley just went through the house walking and screaming. I think Ashley is a germaphobe, and this was too much. It probably caused her to go in there and take another shower. And so, I mean, how can you not like those two? They are hilarious. They should have a little show of their own, Ashley and Ava. But she did. She went through the house screaming. She screamed when she got it on her. She said, "How long has this been here?" And Ava, in her crazy way, sat there and said, "Well, it was there for like a few days, maybe a week." And then she changed it to maybe a couple of weeks. And Big Brother clocked that that jug which she had on there. It'd been on there for over 30 days. It hadn't moved. No, everybody just been going by, not saying it was hers. And so, Ava went crying, I think, to the shower. So they cut back. And so once Ava was out the house, she had the interview with Julie. And Julie played the clip where Ava, this had to be for the home feed. People on the home feed probably saw it, where uh, she told everybody at the table, her and Ashley wearing dark sunglasses, looking crazy, and she told Vince and Morgan. She told Morgan she needs to watch out with Vince. She said because Vince was ready to sell her out for her to win, and so she said she didn't. And Ava didn't appreciate it, because he's supposed to be all slick and close with her, and Vince almost sunk his own ship on this because he went up and made comparisons to Morgan while they're laying up together again, that he compared her to what's the old other girl name? Let's see, is it Karen Keat? I forgot her name. But anyway, he compared her to someone else and saying that he could have probably done as good with her instead of Morgan. And that's basically the way it sounded. And Morgan took it that way. Morgan said, why is he bringing her up, comparing me with her, and that he would prefer her being there? And it's the way he said it, and how he has a girlfriend, I don't know, because all he would do is just say things to upset people. And the reason he gets away with this stuff is everybody just kind of like, oh, okay, because he apologizes, and then he realized he messed up. He says, and he was hoping she would not choose to use the veto to remove one of the two people on the block, because he would have to go up, and if he went up, he'd get voted out. Well, as much as Morgan was disturbed by it, I think Morgan is also counting that going up on the end with Vince, that she would win, because Vince has a lot of people that just don't like him anymore, and not just not like, but just wouldn't want him to win. And people like Keanu would not vote for him because Keanu was like a sacrificial lamb to him. So when she was speaking to Julie, they played that clip of her telling Morgan she needs to watch out for Vinny. And of course, Vinny evicted her. So we now have Ashley, Morgan, and Vinny as the last three, and they'll go through the competitions on Sunday. This was a good episode, and I think they probably turn off the feed now. So all of you live folks, people, you're not getting any more now. So you're just gonna have to suffer. So, anyway, this was a great episode. I've very seldom seen where I halfway like the people in it, and even Vince, Vince is like a bad relative. You can't get rid of him, and you can't hate him, but you just don't like him, And so, in that case, Morgan, I can tolerate. Morgan is aggressive, which is what she should be on this. Ashley is smart, but her winning a competition is a 50-40 not in her favor. And Morgan is almost like a guaranteed win, and so is Vince. So if Morgan can win the competition on Sunday, she's going to take Vince with her. So Ashley would be voted out. As far as Ashley winning a veto competition, I severely doubt it, but in these stages, at the end, you can never really tell because somebody could just bounce up on this. It's only 3. So I say we got something good to watch here, and I like Ashley, I liked Ava, I like Morgan, and I just tolerate Vinny. So whichever one of these people win at the end, I'm for 'em. And are you voting for your $50,000 competition that CBS is having for Big Brother for your favorite person? Um, well, I voted first at the beginning, and when I voted first, they did give you a rundown who was leading. But when it came up at the end of this show, they gave you the link again, and I went to it, and it doesn't tell you anymore as to who was leading. At that time, when I voted at the very beginning, Keanu was winning the $50,000 competition thing. So I voted for Will, even though I think maybe um, I didn't vote for Rachel because I like her, but you know Rachel's already won. But she could probably be a factor, but nobody came in close to Keanu on that first one where they revealed how many people were voting on it. So um, I think we may see Keanu get $50,000 out of his effort. Um, and then and whoever wins the second place on the winning of $750,000 also wins $75,000 for being second place. So it's going to be interesting. All right, I've rattled on enough. I've rattled enough because it's coming to an end. You don't have to put up with me no more. I might do Survivor, but Survivor, I have to get my mind right on it because it could be just a little bit rough keeping up with all those people and those tribes. But we'll see. I might just do a every now and then Survivor. All right, everybody. Thank you for checking in, and you have a good day today.